Alright, so I'm guessing the title does seem a little funny and may resemble a sort of connection to another YouTuber. And that's really the reason why I wanted to make this video on this topic, because I just figured I can sort of make a connection to this big YouTuber. And overall, I thought the title was pretty funny and the thumbnail. And so I guess the title and thumbnail obviously kind of speaks for itself. Today we're going to be talking about Charli D'Amelio, who is basically by far one of the biggest influencers at the time right now. She's a big TikToker that has garnered just so much attention and followers on the platform, and overall just has accumulated a huge following, also on YouTube, not just on TikTok. On YouTube she's also appeared on talk show hosts and actually appeared in the Super Bowl commercial, I believe. And so today's video has to do with the hate that she's been getting, and I'm not necessarily going to go over the recent hate that I actually just found out, which had to do with I guess something that has to do with Trump in one of her videos or something. I don't know, I didn't look that up, I just read about it. But that's not necessarily what I'm going to go over today. Today I'm going to be talking about how she actually kind of responds to hate from people online. And so yeah, get your cold glasses of. So unless you don't know the situation, over like the couple of last months, I'm guessing, she's been called out by Perez Hilton, who is a blogger, over some of her recent TikToks. One of them being where she actually is dancing in a bathing suit in the beach, right? And to many speculation, that doesn't really seem any harmful, or isn't too, I guess, showy or something, because I mean she was at the beach, so obviously she would be wearing a sort of attire that would kind of fit the whole beach stuff, a bathing suit, right? But that was not the case, because this blogger began to comment how she wouldn't necessarily have his children do those sort of things online. And he also went on to say that he was kind of questioning the parents and what their sort of response was behind the whole situation. And so due to those comments over social media, I mean, the guy is basically, he's old, he's like 40 years old, so obviously that prompted many to think he was some sort of weirdo, criticizing her, body shaming her, or basic stuff. And he obviously got some backlash, and there was this whole feud between her and this blogger. That kind of, I guess, settled down, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. So if you guys do actually follow Charli D'Amelio on Twitter, you would notice that most of her posts actually contain her kind of addressing the sort of criticism or hate that she gets, and how she kind of talks about how we shouldn't necessarily be doing that sort of thing online, how we should lift everyone's spirits and be nice to one another, right? And besides just Twitter, here are some clips that I got where she kind of addresses the hate that she gets and really just talks about it.
And I know, especially me, I get a lot. And
you get a lot of hate?
Yeah.
Ah, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah, so I'd rather use the platform that I have now to talk and raise awareness, because yeah, it hurts when I'm getting it like from me, but it hurts the same when I was like in school and someone would comment like, "Oh, you're ugly," under my like Instagram post, and I had like, what, 40 followers?
Yeah.
It hurts the same, so I just feel like it's very, very important raising awareness about that and just showing everyone like it's okay to not be okay. Like, you just have to know that these people.
The hate comments she was getting. Some of the most hurtful comments that I read about myself online are, "She's fatter than when we got her famous," or "She's ugly, they don't like the way my face looks for some reason." A lot about my body shape, my body type, which hits close to home because I struggle a lot with body image, body dysmorphia, bad eating habits. No one really knows that. I'm still a 15-year-old teenager girl, especially.
And so, like I said, the fact that she was featured on a talk show host and was actually covered by, UNICEF, which is a big organization, that just shows how big she's gotten, right? And obviously when someone becomes, just very big, very popular, and just well known by everyone, there's obvious that you're gonna get hate from anyone. Doesn't matter what you do. You can be the nicest person, you can, just be doing your own thing, right? You're still gonna get hate. I mean, take PewDiePie for example, right? I mean, sure, you may say that, he's done some very questionable things in, the past and stuff like that, and sure, he's messed up here and there, but overall, he's a genuine nice guy. He doesn't try to be, this sort of, terrible person. He just makes mistakes like the rest of us, right? And obviously, he is a big person that gets hate on, just everywhere. There are literally articles constantly being written about him, about how he's racist, anti-Semitic, and all this type of shit. And so obviously the same thing isn't happen to a TikTok star. And I guess there's really one main thing that people can obviously point out, and that is that the age difference. Because if you take a look at her, she recently turned 16, she was 15, and basically that's when she was really starting to cover the whole, topic of hate, getting hate online, and all of that. That was really happening when she was 15, right? And if you take a look at PewDiePie, he's like 30, so obviously the age difference is very much clearly shown, right? And so obviously, I'm guessing a 30-year-old person, or really a grown-up, can be able to handle hate, pretty normal. It's something that they kind of have to get, through on a daily basis. Obviously, they learn to manage that. They learn to manage the hate. However, when you look at her, she's, still a teenager. And so the type of hate she's getting is not the type of hate that any teenager should be getting. Not in that lifetime. Because, she's a big person. She's a big influencer. And when you're that big, you're going to be getting hate from everyone. When as you were to look at a basic 16-year-old, sure, you're going to get hate. It's mostly just, kids from your school commenting on your Instagram post about how ugly and fat and other, sort of shit that you get. But she's an influencer, and so the hate she gets aren't from her friends, they're from random strangers online. And yeah, she's 15, obviously. But you gotta think about it. When you become and start uploading stuff online, when you actually, become famous and garner just so many followers, you gotta know that once you start, uploading stuff online, you're not gonna get free from any criticism. You know that you're gonna be constantly being hated upon random people on the internet. It's not a given that you're gonna be safe from all criticism. No one's gonna criticize you. You're not gonna get any hate, and everything is just, fun and games on the internet, because it's really not. Once you sign up, you have to deal with the hate, and if you're not gonna deal with it, don't let it get to your head, because once you do that, then you're just feeding the people that are actually hating on you to continue making hate about you. And so obviously that's just something and the type of situation that no one wants to be into, but that's just how the internet works. For example, take some big YouTubers, right? Such as like PewDiePie, like I said earlier, or Jake Paul, or Logan Paul, any YouTuber. They obviously get hate as well. And obviously TikTok is way different from YouTube, whereas TikTok, you just make dances, and YouTube, you actually do content that, you kind of take more time, you, I guess, kind of thoroughly go through, because obviously, it can last very long, it's videos. And so obviously they're gonna get more hate, whereas, obviously I can see both sides of the spectrum. She shouldn't be getting the hate that she gets. One, because obviously, she's a 16-year-old. And two, because, most people that actually do hate on her, it's mostly just like body shaming and that sort of stuff. And, I'm not gonna lie, the people that actually do that sort of shit are weirdos, because, first of all, she's still a teenager, duh. But, since when is it stated that when you actually upload stuff that you're not gonna get hate? Take a look at even celebrities. They constantly get hate as well, but they don't let it get through their heads. Heck, even take me, for example. Obviously, I'm not, necessarily big. I'm not even big at all. I'm at a point where I'm just barely starting YouTube, right? And so I know what I'm signing myself up for. I know what I'm getting into. I know that once I start making videos and make myself public on YouTube and just the internet, I know that I will eventually run into hate if I were to actually grow big. I know that I am gonna get into hate. I know that I should not get it the best of me. I know that I should just keep doing what I do and just not focus on that. And I think she should also be doing that sort of same thing, because hate, it's hate. It's not gonna change. It's always gonna be there. It's just the fact that you gotta keep going through, you gotta keep doing what you're doing and just forget about it. But you know what? In order to wrap up this entire video, I think I just want to kind of share my entire thoughts and views on the whole situation. I personally think that hate or bullying or whatever on the internet is something that is acceptable to a certain extent. Hate and, just bullying, it shouldn't get too crazy, where they are genuinely threatening you and, trying to hurt you or hurt your loved ones and family and that sort of shit. But when it's like, bullying, like just making fun of you, I think that's acceptable, because, even in real life, that's gonna strengthen you and toughen you up, because, you gotta get used to, that's some of the ways you can get used to life in the real world. Not everything is going to be fun and games. Not everything is going to be handed to you. And sometimes just, getting bullied by that one kid that sits in behind you, that's going to help you in the long run. It really is. And so if you're taking this whole hate and criticism, especially online, you know, seriously, where you're tweeting about it, how we should just, you know, be nice to one another and all that sort of thing, I think you're just not meant for the internet. That's the reality of it. And if, you know, you want to do something about it, then just forget about the hate and continue doing what you're doing. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know I haven't mentioned this, but turn on notification bells if you do want to get notified of when I do videos. If you haven't noticed, I have been trying to upload more consistently this week. I have been, you know, trying to find stuff to make videos on, and overall, yeah, it's been, you know, pretty fun. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm out. Peace.
The truth.